with the Fish Reef project, and here we are in Bahia Tortuga in Baja, Mexico, about a 20-hour drive south of the U.S.-Mexican border, where we are working with a number of Mexican fishing cooperativos that want to enhance the sustainability of their amazing fisheries. The sea caves that we have placed down here as a pilot project are already yielding lobster, baby abalone, calico bass, sand bass, white sea bass. The sea turtles are using them because, as you can see behind me, there's an expanse of seabed that is basically empty of critical structure. It's basically hard-packed white sand. So when you place incredible habitat like a sea cave on the seafloor, it's just like an oasis of life. The giant kelp grows, the laminaria grows, the fish lay eggs there, they're protected from predation. And we look forward to bringing you updates for years to come from the hardworking people at Fish Reef Project Mexico. And thank you for helping ocean life thrive. Here we are pulling the sea cave out of the mold. I believe this is number 200. Stockpiled in our yard in Ensenada, ready to go in the water. Transported down to Bahia Tortugas and loaded onto the amphibious vessel. And loading onto the cargo/deployment vessel, headed out to Isla Natividad. As the fishing cooperative has to consolidate everything that goes on the boat, it was a mixed load with lobster bait and gasoline and everything else that you need to run an island. This is about 45 feet of water. And the buoys are to keep the sea cave upright as she falls to the seabed. And there she goes. Communication when you're deploying can often be a challenge, as you're about to see. I'm running the show while I'm diving and floating in the water. But the fishery project always gets the job done in the end. Here you can see the buoys pop up like a nuclear submarine in free ascent after they're cut off the sea cave. All of them landed perfectly upright. And here's a sea cave that was placed in a nearby area just a few months ago, and as you can see, it's loaded with calico bass, a very important sport fish and commercial fish in Mexico. And the sea cave acts like a catcher's mitt, and it collects those broken pieces of giant kelp that you see inside the sea cave, and that's food for all kinds of animals. If you look very closely off to the left, you'll see a sea turtle come into view in just a second. The sea turtles may be already grazing on the sea cave, eating the starts of the marine algae that you see in front of you. There's an interesting red marine algae that grows in Mexico that's used for pharmaceuticals that I've seen turtles grazing on. Every square inch of the sea cave was designed to maximum effect. I've spent over 10,000 hours underwater just observing marine life. And our staff has almost an equal amount of hours. And the sea cave is designed specifically to allow ingress and egress of fish and allow for maximum surface area for all kinds of plants and animals to grow. That's giant kelp mixed with laminaria. And here's two pink abalone, Haliotis corrugata, a species that has rebounded in Mexico in recent years. The fishery was shut down for 8 years because the El Niños caused a large die-off. And now they've rebounded and the stocks are quite healthy. I noticed a large amount of adult animals, and the fisheries officials in Mexico have reopened that fishery as a robust commercial fishery that keep the co-ops busy and harvesting those species on a sustainable level. The lobsters obviously love the sea caves. It gives them a safe place to molt their shells and escape predation while they're soft after they molt. And you can really see how the fish dart in and out. They feel completely secure and safe in the sea cave, the way that it's shaped with the large tunnels in the front, and they go in and they hide and they dart out the left and to the right. There's a nice sand bass shooting straight out and a sheephead going in. And you can see a Garibaldi, the California state fish, off to the right. It's actually a type of angelfish. They eat sea urchins and lots of other things. Here we are going back into the co-op. Headed down the road, I noticed that there's a number of osprey nests on the power lines. And it reminded me that man-made structures can be very important tools to rebuild all kinds of species, both on land and at sea. Here's the team. And say goodbye to Bahia Tortugas. Until next time, thank you for helping ocean life thrive.